November day in Philadelphia. Week 9 of the NFL continues. The Eagles break out the Kelly green uniforms, looking for their 4th straight win as they host the Jaguars. And hi, everyone. Alongside Jason McCourty and Tiki Barber, I'm Andrew Catalan. We'll hear from A.J. Ross coming up. Well, through 2 months, the Eagles could not ask for much more from Saquon Barkley. He's second in the NFL in rushing, and the offense has scored 65 points in the last 2 games.
Yeah, absolutely, Andrew. He's exactly what the Eagles needed to come together. You see them playing at a different attitude with him in the game. He's tied for the league lead in 50-plus yard runs. He's been dynamic, and even though he doesn't have a C on his chest, he is one of the leaders in that locker room.
And on the other side of the ball, the Jaguars offensively, they have to try to keep up. Trevor Lawrence completion percentage, you can see that up there, but they're also averaging 28 points per game over the last 4 weeks. They're going to have to score points to keep up with this Philadelphia Eagles offense that has been explosive.
And Doug Peterson is back for the 2nd time after leading this team to a Super Bowl back in 2017. For some reason, he's never seen his statue.
Still.
We're going to see it right now. I mean, maybe Doug should go check it out. Peterson's return to Philly. There it is. Kickoff coming up next on CBS.
CBS Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Moments away from kickoff in Philadelphia, where the temperature is 57 degrees. It's only the 3rd time the Eagles have played in Philadelphia so far this year. And the fans will see the Eagles get the football first because Jacksonville won the toss and they have elected to defer. Cam Little will kick it away for Jacksonville. And back deep for the Eagles, Kenneth Gainwell and Will Shipley. Good crowd on hand, and we're underway. Week 9 of the NFL on CBS, and this will be a touchback. And now we check in with the 4th member of our team, A.J. Ross.
Andrew, this is a Jags team that has come close, but not close enough, and they're looking to make a turnaround today without 3 key offensive pieces. Wideout Christian Kirk, he's out for the season with a broken collarbone. They're also going to be without wideout Gabe Davis and their left guard Ezra Cleveland. Doug Peterson told us it's going to take a fast start and limiting turnovers to really go up against this Eagles defense that has kicked it up a notch since their bye week. They are limiting opponents to just 214 total yards and 12 points per game, plus they racked up 14 sacks in the last 3 weeks, guys.
So Jalen Hurts has been playing some very good football since the bye week. A total of 9 touchdowns, no turnovers. In fact, it's been 4 straight games without an interception for Hurts.
And he's taking care of the ball, and I think one of the things they've done is they've decided to hand the ball off twice as many runs as passes over the course of this winning streak, and that has helped Jalen Hurts a ton.
Some of the smoke covering the field from the fireworks before the game. Here is Saquon Barkley up the middle, gets to the 35-yard line to make it 3rd and manageable for a Philadelphia offense that sees the return of Mekhi Becton today, back at right guard after missing last week's game because of a concussion.
Yeah, Mekhi Becton, who obviously started his career as a tackle up in New York with the Jets. He's shifted to guard, and he's been excellent as a run blocker down there. It's one of the reasons that Saquon has had so much confidence running between the tackles this year.
A 5-yard run for Barkley makes it 3rd and 5. Hurts to Calcaterra. Can he get to the line to gain? It's very close. Tackle was made by Devin Lloyd, and we're going to see where they spot this one. No indication yet, and now it is good enough for an Eagles 1st down. His team yielding that play on 3rd down, back to Barkley on 1st down. Trayvon Walker trying to rip it away, but cannot. That's Barkley going in motion, handoff to Saquon, following the block of Gainwell, and Barkley comes up a couple of yards shy of a 1st down.
Yeah, this is one of the things that we saw earlier. Those 2 guys on the field at the same time. But here's Saquon last year. You can see he just can't find that comfort to get downhill. But this year, the scheme is so much more designed for just quick hitters. Don't worry about trying to dance and find a hole. Just get downhill, and they'll take care of the rest up front.
Entering the week, second in the NFL behind Derrick Henry. Trammell will return punts today for Jacksonville now that Parker Washington has become a bigger part of the offense due to injury as Braden Mann boots it. Trammell from the 14-yard line lost the football, and the Eagles fall on it. Keely Ringo. Sidney Brown knocked it free, and Ringo scoops it up.
You don't often talk about the guys on special teams, but this is their opportunity to make plays. You just mentioned Sidney Brown, a guy that was playing defense for the Eagles last year, now playing on all special teams. Comes down, he makes the hit, and Keely Ringo is able to get on the ball. A gunner on the punt team is one of the hardest positions on the field. You're making an open field tackle with really 53 yards of width, and right there, Sidney Brown does an excellent job of getting down there and making contact with the football.
And there you see where the injuries to Jacksonville hurts them. No gain on the play for Van Sumeren, so second down and 10. Hurts with time, now looking end zone for Barkley. Got it! Touchdown! And there it is, the first points in the first quarter this year for Philadelphia.
Saquon Barkley coming right at you here, just as a favorable matchup. Easy throw for Jalen Hurts, and it's all just about corralling it and getting the feet down. Great catch, great control. He bobbled a bit, but I think he has control of this. Both feet in bounds. That'll be a touchdown.
It is confirmed, and for Barkley, it's his first touchdown as an Eagle in this building. Fumble on special teams, costly for Jacksonville. Extra point by Jake Elliott is good. So the Eagles had gone 8 straight games dating back to last year without a point in the first quarter, but Trammell fumbles, Ringo recovers, and then Hurts to Barkley. 7-0 Eagles.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Invisalign Aligners, transforming smiles, changing lives. Barefoot, the official wine sponsor of the NFL. And by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Doug Peterson helped bring Philadelphia its first Super Bowl title when he led the Eagles to a 41-33 win over the Patriots in Super Bowl 52. He told us last night that Philadelphia will always be special to him, but now he's trying to do the same in Jacksonville. Just a 2-6 start to the year for Peterson and the Jaguars. Play fake. Lawrence looking deep down the field for Ingram, and it's incomplete. And a great play getting back by Zach Bond, the 5th-year linebacker. Trammell in motion, handoff Etienne. Etienne is stuck by Bond again. So 2 plays, and Bond flashes both times. Johnson in motion, play fake Lawrence. Now dumps it down to Travis Etienne, who can't get away from Zach Bond. 3-yard pickup. As we take a look at the Eagles starters, and today that includes Isaiah Rodgers starting at cornerback for the injured Darius Slay. It's his first start since December of 22 when he was with the Indianapolis Colts.
And they like him because he's a twitchy athlete. He had a big pass defense that led to an interception last week against the Cincinnati Bengals. He's going to get tested today.
Nick Fangio calling the defense for Philadelphia in his first year. 2nd and 7. Here's Tank Bixby, and he gets to midfield. 3rd and 4. Sweat's in trouble, and he is sacked. Josh Sweat with the sack. His 4th of the season. A loss of 8 on the play, and it's 4th down. That's 9th most in franchise history as Logan Cook punting to Cooper DeJean. DeJean watching goes out of bounds around the 10-yard line. With 6:36 to go in the first quarter, Eagles getting the football back, and they lead 7-0.
Back in Philadelphia, wonder what's changed since the bye week. Well, one thing has been Nick Sirianni's haircut, and since then they've won 3 straight. Opponents only 12 points per game, which is first, and 1 of 2 teams with 0 takeaways. So you start to wonder, is the coach going to keep the haircut? Well, he told us his wife wasn't too fond of it, and his daughter said his wife may leave him if he keeps the haircut. Put points on the board.
Peterson keeping Trammell out there after the fumble. Here's Trammell from the 35. He tripped up at the 40. Play made by the rookie running back Will Shipley on special teams after a 54-yard punt. 2nd down and 5. Lawrence, and that pass is broken up. Intended for Ingram, but Nakobe Dean had tight coverage for the Eagles. 3rd down and 5. Lawrence fires incomplete. Again looking for Ingram, a bit out of his reach, and on 4th down, Peterson will send out the punt team. DeJean back deep for Philadelphia, awaiting the punt at his own 6-yard line. And he calls for a fair catch at the 7. With 3:13 to go in the first quarter, Eagles in front, 7-0. Paramount Plus streams the NFL on CBS every Sunday, at home or on the go, all season long, right through the AFC Championship game. Late first quarter, late afternoon here in Philadelphia. Eagles lead at 7-0, trying to get to 6-2 on the year. Once again, poor field position to begin this drive for Philadelphia. From the 7, hand off to Barkley. Across the 10, spins out of 1 tackle, and Barkley gets to the 13-yard line. Third down and 3. Hurts has plenty of time. Looking for A.J. Brown. He's got him. And Brown is twisted out of bounds by Cisco, but not before he picks up 20 and an Eagles first down. Hurts keeps it, throws it, completes it to Calcaterra. There's Darby for the tackle. Darby, the former Eagle, spent 3 seasons in Philadelphia, including the team that won the Super Bowl with Doug Peterson in 2017. Eagles run it on 2nd and 3. Barkley has a hole up the middle. And a first down. Darnell Savage, the tackle, after a gain of 11.
Pass game, and obviously the draw that you just saw.
Hurts keeps this one. Hurts is able to do a good job after that play. Eric Armstead tracked him out of bounds, but not before Hurts was able to scamper for 6.
Yeah, this is just a zone read that Jalen Hurts runs, and he just quickly glides to 6 yards. It's one of the benefits of having a mobile quarterback like Jalen Hurts, who's deceptively fast as he gets towards the edge.
And that'll be the final play of the first quarter. Time of possession, over 10 minutes in that quarter for Philadelphia. And they have a 7-0 lead. You're watching Week 9 of the NFL on CBS.
So far, it's working out well.
3rd and 6 for Philadelphia. Hurts has time. Now locates Barkley out of the backfield. Barkley slips 2 tackles and picks up the first down, jumping up in the air to the 30. A gain of 14 for Barkley with some nifty moves along the way.
Was Was that not the best 14-yard gain you've seen all season long? The amount of moves right here makes the first guy miss. The spin move at the last second.
Bro.
And then, what, Tiki, you're right. What is that?
Bro, he turned around and jumped over him. I have never, ever seen that in an NFL game.
You didn't do that?
Are you kidding me?
They showed the replay on the video board here, and everybody went nuts. This is worthy of another look.
We got to see this again. This kid is special, man. Just you didn't even think to do that.
Poor Giants fans that are just at home watching as Saquon Barkley is just doing what he does.
That's cheat code right there.
Barkley has not come back in since that highlight reel run. 3rd down and 7. Pressure coming. Hurts steps up, off to the races, and breaks free at the end for the first down. 2 Jaguars had him, but Hurts squeezes through for 7. Here's Jake Elliott, a 43-yard field goal attempt, and it is good for the veteran kicker out of Memphis. So Barkley with the incredible run on this drive. It leads to 3. It's 10-0 Eagles. Jones and Bigsby are back deep to receive the kickoff from Braden Mann. The punter handles the kicking duties. And Bigsby will take a knee.
Comfortable in this offense doing that.
Gets it out quickly to ETN on 1st down. He's wrapped up by Bond.
You don't have to get ready. That's what made the ready moment for this moment today, guys.
Yeah, and they need them, AJ, especially here on 3rd down and 1. Lawrence trying to do it himself.
He's probably a little short here. He didn't get his feet moving, so it all depends on this spot.
Well, entering today, Jacksonville 3 for 10 on 3rd and 1, and now they're 3 for 11 this season on 3rd and 1, and Doug Peterson is keeping the offense on the field.
It looked like he had it by the yellow line, but obviously that's unofficial. Wouldn't be surprised if we either see the same play or they're just going to try to draw him off sides here.
How about this formation? Lawrence throwing in, and a lot of contact on Ingram, but no call. Cooper DeJean at the coverage.
Tiki, you said going into that play, you'd see him drawing them off sides or going to the same type of play. It looks like they had an option right there. They got up to the line of scrimmage, and Trevor's looking at it to figure out which way to go, and he decides to go to the outside. That's not good enough. Eagles ball.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Taco Bell. AT&T. Connecting changes everything. And by Captain Morgan. Legends start when you follow the captain. Drink responsibly.
Back in Philadelphia, 10-0 Eagles in front. And going back to that last play, we spoke with Gene Steratore during the break. Can't have pass interference behind the line of scrimmage. Could have called defensive holding, but they did not. So it's Philadelphia football.
But it would have had to been holding. It wasn't holding. I hated the play call, though, because running towards the sideline, it's really hard to gain yardage upfield unless the throw is perfect.
Play action hurts. And he'll go underneath to Calcaterra. Tracked down by Aluakin, but very close to a Philadelphia first down.
You know, one of the
enough. 3rd down and 6. Hurts, pressure coming. He stands in there, gets rid of it to Calcaterra, fighting for the first down.
Leading with that left hand.
Tank Bigsby on 1st down, and he is hit hard at the line of scrimmage. That was big old 98 Jalen Carter.
They've shut this offense down so far.
2nd down and 9 for Lawrence. Pump fakes. Now he's looking to run up the middle. And Bond delivers a big hit on Lawrence after a gain of 4.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence doesn't want to take Too many of those.
Now it's allowed on 3rd and 5. Lawrence, pressure coming, stands in there, fires, incomplete. Intended for Trammell, and the rookie Cooper DeJean makes the play as they yell Coop here in Philly.
Yeah, Cooper's raining down. This kid has been so good as a rookie.
Play by Cooper DeJean.
And no time to celebrate. He's back deep to receive the punt from Cook. DeJean calls for a fair catch at the 24-yard line. 3:14 to go. 10-0. Eagles still in front. Yeah, the Jacksonville defense and special teams. I mean, the defense has been okay, but the special teams and offense have really let them down so far in this first half. Correct. Hurts over the middle. A.J. Brown takes a shot, and that is the 2-minute warning after a 15-yard pickup by Brown. Who's still down on the ground after that hit. We'll check on Brown when we come back.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Uber Eats. Get almost anything for game day. And by the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Can't get enough of the Kelly Greens over the years with the Eagles. So glad they brought them back. They wore them twice last year, 2-0. And Ron Jaworski's here because at halftime, LaShawn McCoy will be inducted into the Eagles Hall of Fame. After Washington, after Trammell fielded the first couple and fumbled one. Here is Washington from the 29-yard line. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 35. With 1:42 on the clock, Jaguars have 2 timeouts. We'll be back in 30 after this from Walmart.
Merry Christmas.
It's that moment.
It's a gift.
It's a blessing!
When a wish becomes true.
A present for me?
A person feels seen.
I just thought, God forbid, something happens to that one.
I knew you would like that. That's your color.
And to be seen is to be loved.
Thanks, Mom.
Give the gifts that show you get them. Welcome to your Walmart.
Well, good shot here. Trevor Lawrence does come out after getting some attention on the sideline after that last drive. 1:42 and 2 timeouts for a Jacksonville offense that has really struggled in the first half. And ETN couldn't hold on to it. Did Bond pick it? Yes, he does. Zach Bond with the interception.
Yeah, this will be reviewed. Obviously, all turnovers are reviewed. But Zach Bond is Johnny on the spot here. The question will be, did he get his arms underneath this ball? This is a classic tip drill. We always talk about it, Jason. You got to get your hands underneath it. It looks like he does without it hitting the ground. What a great athletic play by Zach Bond.
His second career interception. And Nick Sirianni is going to have some tough decisions to make this week because he said that if the Eagles got a turnover in this game, he was going to give that player his parking spot for the week. As C.J. Gardner-Johnson told us, he really wants it because it's starting to get cold, and Coach Nick has a really good parking spot. But now that there's been multiple turnovers, Sirianni's going to have to pick who gets his parking spot. So I think Sidney Brown is in the mix.
Yep.
And now Zach Bond. The interception goes to Lawrence, but really it was on ETN. And now the Eagles take over with great field position. All 3 timeouts for Philadelphia. Here's Saquon. Dragging Tyson Campbell with him for 8 yards with 90 seconds remaining.
And for the Eagles, they have all 3 timeouts. There's no need to rush. Take your time. For Jacksonville, the closer they get, protect the end zone. They're already in field goal range. Don't let a big play happen.
Hurts. Devontae Smith with his first catch today. Good for 9 yards and a first down to the 25-yard line. Ventrell Miller on the tackle.
Jacksonville playing all cover 2 with the safeties deep down, trying to protect the end zone.
Hurts chased out of the pocket, and he'll just put his head down and run. And he picks up 7 yards on the scramble. And that also stops the clock with 48 seconds remaining. Let's be fair, they've been out there almost the entire half. 21 minutes to 8 minutes in time of possession. Hurts, Barkley makes the catch, has the first down, and he stops the clock.
Last few plays, him taking off with nobody open.
3rd and 7. Hurts fires to the end zone. Touchdown with a flag down. Johnny Wilson on the reception.
A little bit more slide with it, pushing off with that forearm and not fully extending that, where it makes it too obvious for the official to not throw the flag. And also, I'm a defensive guy, so I think it's OPI.
3rd down and 17. They'll run it with Barkley. Barkley at the 10. 5. Touchdown! On 3rd down and 17, Barkley with a 19-yard touchdown.
That's just bad football right there from a defensive perspective.
Bad football from a defensive perspective, but also look at that massive gap in the hole. It's a great play call by Kellen Moore. If they're going to play that way, zone around and then massive hole in the middle of the field, give it to your best player and let him run downhill and force him to stop him. Leading rusher, obviously, leading receiver as well.
So now Jake Elliott for the extra point, and it is good. 17-0. That swagger from Sirianni.
Yeah, he's authentic to himself. It's who he is. He doesn't care. He doesn't care what you think about him. He's going to express his opinion the way he wants to express it. He's going to take a point off the board and try to put 2 more up there. That's just who he is.
It is a touchback with 22 seconds remaining.
100% agree with you, Andrew. It should be 20 to, or not should, it could be 20-0 right now.
Jaguars take a knee and will run into the locker room. As we just said, it'll be their football. No update yet on Saquon Barkley, who did go into the locker room late in that first half. Let's take a look at the first half highlight presented by State Farm. Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, are you kidding me? Jumping backwards over a defender. And at the half, the Eagles have a 16-0 lead. Now Trevor Lawrence throwing down on the field, but also Mac Jones taking some throws on the field. Braided man kicking it off. Underway here in the second half. This is Bigsby out of his own end zone. Bigsby at the 25 and hit down at the 30 with a flag flying from behind the play. And it looks like Trevor Lawrence is coming out for Jacksonville.
During the return, holding number 56 of the receiving team. 10-yard penalty, first down Jacksonville.
And at halftime, AJ caught up with Nick Sirianni.
Saquon doing it all in that first half. 2 touchdowns, doing an amazing hurdle over a defender midfield. We saw him go off early before halftime. Any concerns there with injury?
We'll see. We'll see how this second half starts off. He's playing a really good game.
All right, and you also were very aggressive on the 4th and 3 call and that 2-point conversion to end the half. When you look back, would you do anything differently, or are you still going to be aggressive?
We're gonna, when it doesn't work out, you always think about it, but I'm going to stay being aggressive. That's what we've been doing that for a long time here, and we'll continue to be aggressive.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, good question, AJ. We certainly questioned it up here in the booth. A 2-score game as we begin the second half. Take a look at the first half numbers and bleak offensively for Jacksonville.
Yeah, this is really down to the plays really tell you everything. And Jags aren't converting on 3rd down, and the turnovers have given the Philadelphia Eagles more opportunities than they probably would have normally had, and so they've taken advantage of the mistakes of the Jags.
Barkley talking with McCoy on the Philadelphia sideline, who was just inducted into the Eagles Hall of Fame. Here's Bigsby, and he cannot get away from Reed Blankenship. Great play by the third-year safety out of Middle Tennessee State. Third down and 5. Lawrence chased by Carter. Lawrence hit as he throws. That was Josh Sweat who got a portion of Lawrence's arm. And that is the third 3-and-out today by the Jacksonville offense. Now A.J. Brown heading into the Philadelphia locker room. Cooper DeJean is back deep to receive the punt from Logan Cook. Fourth punt today by Cook, a good one. DeJean calls for a fair catch at the 22-yard line. A 56-yard punt by Logan Cook. So the Jags come up empty on their first offensive possession here in the second.
Welcome back to Philadelphia, where the Eagles lead the Jags 16-0. I'm now joined by the Eagles' all-time leading rusher, LaShawn McCoy. You had 6,792 rushing yards, still the standing record today. But you were inducted into the Eagles Hall of Fame at halftime, a magical moment. What did that mean for you?
Oh, it means a lot. Just think about this. The Eagles been around for years, for centuries, right? And it's only been 20-something players going to Hall of Fame, and now you ask me, LaShawn McCoy. It means a lot. When I was a kid, I'm from Harrisburg. It's about an hour. My hometown, actually, house where I lived at is an hour and like 20 minutes from the stadium. And as a kid, I always wanted to be an Eagle. And now I'm in the Eagles Hall of Fame. You can't write that up. You know, this is my night, right? But this is all of our celebration. And I wouldn't be here without my teammates, my linemen, my coaches, you know, people in the building, everybody, you know. And then also, this is my family. There's hard times with players, man. We go through so much. And sometimes you need a phone call just to build me up. And that's what I got, a lot of supporting cast. I'm talking about my son here, man. Like, there's times where I'm sore, I'm tired, I don't want to do it. And I think about him.
Well, congratulations again.
Saquon got me going crazy right now.
It's a great stuff, A.J., and you can tell how much it meant to LaShawn McCoy, and I think the Eagles are in good hands once again at running back. Here it is. It did not get the job done on the two-point conversion. How about this? Hurts to the outside and stretches forward just enough for the first down.
To fully sell out and to stop it, get the same kind of push going against them, and that exposes the edges.
Play clock down to 2. Hurts looking deep down the field for Dotson. Oh, and he juggled it and caught it! What a grab by Dotson! There have not been many highlights this year for Dotson, but there's one. Second down and 7. Hurts with a flag down, rolling right. He's going to keep it himself. It goes out of bounds with what appears to be a first down, but we'll have to check the penalty. Jordan Jefferson fouled him out. They're actually marking him short of a first down.
They're going to get the first down anyways.
Holding, number 51, defense. The penalty will be enforced 5 yards from the end of the run. Automatic first down.
On Ventrell Miller gives Philadelphia a first down. They are in the red zone and trying to add to their lead here early in the third quarter. Doug Peterson, when asked about the defensive struggles, he just said, we've been trying to do too much. Everyone's trying to do a little too much. And Foye Oluokun told us last night, everyone has to do their 1/11th. It's been the problem here for Jacksonville. Guys a little bit out of place, a penalty here or there. They just can't get in sync defensively. Hurts keeps it himself, has some room. Hurts at the 10, 5, touchdown! Jalen Hurts with the score. A late flag comes in. Hurts already with 7 rushing touchdowns this year, hoping this is number 8.
Well, you see Fred Johnson down here. His helmet is off. Can't really see what transpired here.
Result of the play is a touchdown after the play was over. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 5 in the defense. That penalty will be enforced. Half the distance to go on the try.
It's on Andre Cisco. We have to get a replay and see it, but the Philadelphia Eagles go empty. Jalen Hurts knows that it's man coverage, so he just takes off down the field. And yeah, this is just on Andre Cisco going low. You're not allowed to go low as a defender to block, even though it's not really a block, to block the offensive player coming to block you.
But Jalen Hurts still able to find the end zone. Following Johnson, getting in and making it 22-0 in favor of Philadelphia. Let's take a look at the game flow presented by Progressive Insurance. An early turnover by Jacksonville led to 7 points for Philadelphia. That was the first of 2 Saquon Barkley touchdowns. Squeeze in the leap up in the air, and a moment ago Hurts with the score. 22-0 in favor of the Eagles. Jaguars have 36 yards of offense today.
That's embarrassingly bad. Midway through the third quarter. Actually, almost at the end of the third quarter. You can't stay on the field. The only real, somewhat sustained drive was the very first one, which lasted a little over 3 minutes. Since then, they haven't had one close to 2 minutes.
Trevor Lawrence has just 4 completions, 4 of 11 for 23 yards and an INT. Bigsby on the return. Across the 25, and Bigsby moves his shoulder all the way up to the 40-yard line. So a good return by Tank Bigsby, the second-year man out of Auburn. Well, Saturday, 3:30 is big time on CBS with Michigan taking on the undefeated 8th-ranked Indiana Hoosiers. Get set for kickoff beginning at 2:30 Eastern with CBS College Football Kickoff and College Football Today. The Big Ten is on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus. A 41-yard return by Tank Bigsby. Let's see if the Jaguars can do something. So 41 yards on the return for Bigsby. They only have 36 yards of offense. And that pass nowhere near Tim Jones. We speculated on this in the first half. AJ asked the question at halftime. Evan Ingram
just see and react.
Bigsby taken down for a loss. Great play by Zach Bond, who has been everywhere today for Philly. A loss of 2.
Tackles well in open space.
Second and 12.
That's the interception as well.
Lawrence rolling right. And we'll just throw this one away. Chased out of bounds on the play by Nolan Smith. 9th play of the drive. 1st and goal. Johnson, the running back, takes the handoff up the middle, and he comes up just short. CBS tomorrow, we have you covered with NCIS, followed by a new NCIS Origins. All new CBS Monday and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Was on the field too much anyways in the first half. Has to go right back out there.
And that's all they did anyway, though, in the first half.
Right. I mean,
the injury to Hodges is a knee injury as he is carted off, and the kickoff is a touchback.
They're going to put him in the slot and try to create those mismatches in this Jags defense.
Smith in motion to the bottom of your screen.
yeah.
Pressure's coming. Hurts steps up. He's got a big lane to run. Jalen Hurts down the sideline and out of bounds. Saquon Barkley picked up a big block, but a 21-yard run for Hurts. Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley played some golf this week, and now we got a Tiger Woods call at the line. Barkley is spun down. NFL Today update. Let's go back to New York. It's
All right.
Nate Burleson.
NFC West matchup. Matthew Stafford looking for Demarcus Robinson, a little in and out route. They cut into the Seahawks lead. The Hawks are up 13-10. Back to Andrew, Tiki, Jason, and AJ.
All right, Nate, thank you very much. 3:20 to go in the third quarter. Barkley right at the middle. Got the first down. Well, he mentioned it. Lurie and Obama defeated Barkley and Obama's friend. Barkley said he had to pay President Obama $60 after the round. How about this? A big save around the green for Barkley right there. He turns it into a gain of 8. There is Jeffrey Lurie. 2 field goals and 2 PATs left on the field today for Philadelphia. And it's just a 6-point lead for the Eagles.
Yeah, even if that one that you had a problem with, Andrew, it'd be a touchdown difference right now. Instead, the Jaguars can take a lead with a touchdown and an extra point.
Next Sunday, we look forward to an exceptional NFL on CBS doubleheader. Early action includes major matchups between the Steelers and Commanders and the Broncos facing the Chiefs. And then later, NFC East showdown in Dallas when the Eagles take on the Cowboys. It all begins at noon Eastern with the NFL Today here on CBS and streaming on Paramount+. The start of quarter number 4 at Lincoln Financial Field. Bigsby takes the handoff and picks up a couple. Injury update. Let's check in with AJ.
Andrew, Eagles wideout A.J. Brown has officially been downgraded to out with his knee injury, guys.
Also can go to short routes where we just saw in the last one where they ran crossing routes and were able to get the receivers an advantage going horizontal.
Third and 3. Lawrence looking deep, incomplete. It looked like Parker Washington jumped too early. And now on 4th down, Doug Peterson is sending out his punt team. Logan Cook trying to pin the Eagles deep. DeJean, fair catch at the 9-yard line. So without A.J. Brown, the Eagles offense will go back to work. Up by 6 on CBS.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Voya. Well planned, well invested, well protected. Verizon. The NFL is powered by Verizon 5G. And by Best Buy. Best Buy. Imagine that.
Back in Philadelphia with our producer Steve McKee, director Andy Goldberg, our entire crew. Early 4th quarter, a 22-16 Eagles advantage. The 4th quarters have not treated Jacksonville well this year. A point differential of -36, which is 2nd worst in the league behind only Tennessee. Third time today, the Eagles are starting inside their own 11-yard line. And as we told you, no A.J. Brown, ruled out with a knee injury. Smith in motion. And a give to Barkley on 1st down. Barkley with some room. Saquon almost broke it. Cisco may have saved a touchdown, a gain of 21.
Saquon Barkley has been exceptional today. Started this game off early with a receiving touchdown. Their first points in the 1st quarter all season long, and then this unbelievably special play that we'll never see again. Obviously the draw for the touchdown when the Jacksonville Jaguars less expected it, and then the last play splitting the defense and inside zone and almost taking that one to the house.
They go empty on 3rd and 6. Hurts on the slant. Smith holds on. And a 1st down for Philadelphia. They needed 6 and he gets 7.
Brave throw here by Jalen Hurts.
Seems like Devontae Smith is always the guy in the fourth quarter when they really need a first down. He seems to be the guy that Jalen Hurts goes to for that conversion.
Play fake, Hurts looking deep. He's going to take a shot for Devontae Smith. He's got him! Inside the 20! Jason just said it. They look for Smith in these spots. And he bursts through for 46 yards.
And retrace and make the play. A big third down now here for the Philadelphia Eagles, where Jalen Hurts and Sirianni have to know, hey, we're in field goal range. And to your point, Tiki, this has been a good drive. They have to walk away with points on the board.
The fans here are upset because it felt like that was too conservative. Nick Sirianni is not a conservative coach, and they didn't like that one.
Third and 22. Hurts looking end zone for Smith, and makes the adjustment. Did he get the feet in? Touchdown! What a catch! No booze now, as Devontae Smith makes an incredible catch.
Devontae Smith, I mean, it looked like he one-handed this thing in. Coming right into your living room. Devontae Smith, one hands, pulls that thing in. Right foot's down, left foot's down. What an unbelievable catch by Devontae Smith.
I think the feet were more impressive than the catch of him being able to get those toes down once he brings the ball in right here. Watch how the left foot just goes dead to drag it across the grass. That's an unbelievable catch. He's the guy in critical and crucial moments that seems to always come away with the big play for this Eagles offense.
Philadelphia today, but Devontae Smith, a beautiful catch for the touchdown. Devontae Smith now has 3 touchdowns in the last 4 games, and the most recent one puts the Eagles up 28-16. 2 touchdown passes today for Jalen Hurts to go along with 1 rushing touchdown. 7:43 on the clock. Man kicking away to Bigsby. It is a touchback. Lawrence looking left, throws left to Ingram. He cannot get away from Zach Bond, although nobody has been able to do that today. Jaguars have to go quickly.
And again, they were comfortable in this couple of series ago. They're comfortable. They look comfortable again, moving the ball with some big chunk plays over these first couple of plays of this drive.
10 tackles for Bond today. Ingram, short completion. Just a 1-yard pickup. And remember, a field goal doesn't do Jacksonville any good here. Down by 12. Gotta be 4-down territory for Doug Peterson.
Yeah, just under 7 minutes. It'll be 6 after this play. You got to score touchdowns now.
3rd and 6. Lawrence in trouble. Lawrence still, and now he's been ruled down. Josh Sweat coming across, and now on 4th down, Doug Peterson will keep the offense on the field.
Yeah, level of difficulty just went up significantly, and Trevor Lawrence taking that sack. And
out of the shotgun, Lawrence, end zone, incomplete. Off the left hand of Brian Thomas with 4:09 to play. Little to kick it away. And returnable for Gainwell. Gainwell at the 25. And he's tripped up across the 30 by Caleb Johnson. NFL Today update. Back to New York with Nate Burleson.
All right, we have the game tied. Geno Smith looking to score. Rams rush 4. His arm gets hit, and it is picked off by Cameron Kitchens. And he is going to take this 103 yards to the crib. The longest INT return in Rams history. They take the lead 20-13. Hey, Jason McCourty, pop quiz hot shot. What's your longest return for a touchdown on a pick? Back to you guys.
Oh, I'm going to say it's about 50 yards against the Houston Texans. I had an 87-yard one that was called back, though.
Whose fault was that?
Jason Babin jumped off sides. I still remember to this day.
Jason Babin getting called out on the broadcast.
Right.
Love you, Jason.
You're right. But here we are in Philly with the Eagles up 5. And this is Saquon Barkley time. 4 minutes. You go get elite top-level running back for this part of the game. Jason mentioned this earlier with Saquon picking it up last week against the Cincinnati Bengals. This is when you rely on your bell cow, who's already at 23 carries on the day, to just churn out first downs.
He picked up 8 on first down. It's 2nd and 2. They go right back to Barkley. He's got the first down. Barkley into Jacksonville territory, adding to his total in what's been another big day on the ground for Philadelphia. They've rushed for 228 yards. And Jacksonville will call its first timeout. Tonight on CBS begins with 60 Minutes and a report on the security of Tuesday's elections. That's followed by new episodes of Tracker and The Equalizer plus FBI tonight on CBS Sunday. It's Jacksonville defense. The run defense hasn't been the problem this year. They give up 111 yards per game on the ground, 9th best. But a different story today against Philadelphia. They've done it both through the air and on the ground.
Yeah, they have. This first quarter score for the first time in a long time. Saquon Barkley, mesmerizing defenses, huge plays down the sideline by Dotson, who hadn't had a ton of catches this year. And then you see the touchdown to Devontae Smith. The Philadelphia Eagles came into this game, this week, leading the NFL in plus 40-yard passes. They had 11.
2nd down and 13 after the penalty. Barkley finding space. Barkley again jumping over a defender and then goes down inbounds. Jacksonville calls timeout. They have 1 remaining with 2:18 on the clock.
With the 2-minute warning just around the corner.
Blitz coming. Lawrence steps up, throws, and it is juggled and nearly intercepted. Not able to get a completion on first down. It's 2nd and 10.
Jaguars sideline going crazy.
2nd down and 10. Play clock at 1. Lawrence gets rid of it, incomplete. Ingram could not make the catch in midfield. And that is the 2-minute warning. Jaguars got a chance, but a big 3rd and 10 when we come back.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Domino's. Get great deals on pizza, bread twists, chicken desserts, and more. And by Old Navy.
Back in Philadelphia at the 2-minute warning, the Eagles have a 28-23 lead on the Jaguars, and a big 3rd down coming here for Jacksonville. Where do you go if you're Trevor Lawrence?
I think you're looking for Evan Ingram in the middle of the field. In the first 2 plays of this drive, the Eagles have brought pressure and forced Trevor Lawrence to get the ball out of his hands quickly.
Yeah, Evan Ingram is lined up out here. Expect him to motion back in.
There he goes. 3rd down and 10. Lawrence looking, and it's almost intercepted. Ball at the 35. Lawrence looking deep, and Washington went the wrong way. Washington came back to the ball. Lawrence threw deep, and it's 2nd down. He's been elevated off the practice squad yesterday, and he makes a huge play on this drive.
Most importantly, he got out of bounds as well, so 1:42 on the clock. There's plenty of time for the Jags to do whatever they want.
Lawrence has time, looking for Johnson, and it's picked off! Nakobe Dean! the third-year linebacker out of Georgia with his first interception.
This is a fantastic play. Again, man coverage. This is on Trevor Lawrence for making a bad throw. He put it too high. His running back, Dearness Johnson, had position. If this ball was just driven into Dearness Johnson, he's got a chance to make this catch.
And Tiki, to me, this is where you don't throw the ball up to a running back. No disrespect to the position, but for Dearness Johnson, it's not a good throw, but you can't allow the defender to go up there and get the ball. Worst come to worst, Dearness Johnson has to attack that football and make sure if he doesn't catch it, no one does. But one heck of a job by Nakobe Dean, looking like a receiver on that catch.
Right.
And they had plenty of time. Didn't have to force one there. And for Philadelphia, they keep pace in the NFC East with red-hot Washington, who beat the Giants earlier today. And now a big game next week for Philly as they go to Dallas on CBS.
Huge day for Saquon Barkley on the ground. 27 carries, 159 yards, and a touchdown. But he also threw in 3 receptions for 40 yards, so almost a 200-yard day for Saquon with 2 touchdowns, 1 receiving and 1 rushing.
Andrew, who gets the parking spot from Nick Sirianni for the turnover?
Choices.
He has choices.
I think it's Dean. It's got to be Dean.
It's got to be Dean.
It's got to be. He saved the game for him.
28-23. The Eagles hold on tonight on CBS. Begins with 60 Minutes, followed by new episodes of Tracker and The Equalizer plus FBI. So for Tiki Barber, Jason McCourty, A.J. Ross, and Gene Steratore, this is Andrew Catalan saying so long from Philadelphia. You have been watching the NFL on CBS.